this video, we're going to discuss how to edge a mulch bed properly. And sometimes you're going to have spray paint lines, and sometimes you're going to have to be able to follow the natural contours of the mulch bed. All right, so when you come out to this mulch bed or this mulch installation and you're getting ready to edge, you're only going to need a couple things. If the bed requires spray paint lines, then the crew leader will take care of that for you. If not, all you'll need is a wheelbarrow and an edging shovel. Now, we prefer these edging shovels because they're heavy, they have some weight to them, and it makes it easier to create this edge. Okay, so as we're following this, we're going to take into account, this is going to be our edge line here, just as an example. So we're going to follow this orange spray paint line. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a straight line that eliminates most of these pockets where there's no grass, so the turf goes straight up to where the mulch bed is. And the crew leader will take care of this for you. Now, we can't keep moving the mulch bed out 3 or 4 inches every single year, or else we'll have no grass at some point. So you will see some dips in the grass. It's not going to be perfect, but we want to get as close as possible without removing very much turf. So this is what it looks like. You're going to put the edge of the shovel on the backside of this spray paint line. So then when all this debris is removed, you don't see a spray paint line at the end of the day, at the end of the job. So you're going to hold this shovel perfectly straight up and down, so then we create a perfect angle, and push straight down on it, and then lift it up slightly, move to the next one. Straight down, lift it up, and keep going all the way down. All right, so we're trying to do this as efficiently as possible. We're not going to remove too much, or we're not going to touch this dirt twice. What that means is, after we have this line made, and you will continue this all the way down, we're going to come back. We're going to get our wheelbarrow positioned in an easy place, and you're going to come in with an angled shovel, because we're trying to make a V edge. So this edge is going to go straight down, and this edge is going to be angled, so it'll look like a V when we're done. And set this down and go right through it, pick it up, put it straight into the wheelbarrow. We don't want to move this dirt twice. So go straight under it, lift it up, wheelbarrow. This is by far the easiest way to edge this mulch bed. And so now in this area, you may have some debris that's left over, and take your shovel and just scrape it along with you. All right, now I have all the debris in front of my shovel. I can go ahead and pick up all the rest of the excess dirt. And then you scrape it along, and then you do the same thing. All right, that's exactly how you edge a mulch bed, and this is exactly what we need. Because when we're installing the mulch here, we need this to be an angle so the mulch hits it, and it's going to stop, down here in the soil. So when the rains come, it hits the mulch and it starts moving the mulch. The mulch does not come into the grass. That is why we have this V edge. It needs to be about a 3-inch V edge. And if you use this method, it makes it really easy, and it's consistent on every single property. All right, so as we continue this edge, you can see where we already started down here a little bit, and we're going to make this edge go straight. And so as we come down this area right here, we get to an area that doesn't have much grass in this, in this part. So we don't want to come out here to eliminate this dirt area, because that would look really weird. We want to make sure this goes straight across, even though we don't, this doesn't look good where it is, but it wouldn't look good. It would look worse if we brought it out here to eliminate some of this dead area. This dead area is just an area we're going to have to talk to the customer about seeding in the fall to get this to come in thick, so then the grass comes all the way up to the edge. So if you have a random area like this, let's make sure that you find a point here and find a point on the other side where it is, where the turf is really good, and then just make a straight line that connects the two, so that we're not moving out when we edge this bed. All right, so when we're connecting the two dots to eliminate some of this bad area to make a straight line, pick a really good turf area, like right here where my shovel is. You'll pick a spot here, and then you're gonna pick a spot a little bit down the ways. Say right here where the shovel is. And you're gonna create a straight line that connects that point to this point, and then you're gonna edge right along where the shovel is. All right, so as we continue our edging, previously we talked about how to make a straight edge, and that's awesome, but not all mulch beds are perfectly straight. So as you can see, this mulch bed starts tapering in towards us, and then it goes back out and around. So what you need to do here is still follow this line all the way down and around instead of making a perfectly straight edge. Final step, after you have made your edge, you removed all the dirt, you need to use a weed eater, okay? And there's gonna be grass that's hanging over, I guess it's hanging over the edge, and we're gonna weed eat a straight line right past this, so it makes the edge look super crisp and clear. So here's an example of what it's gonna look like. And now if you look at the final product, this edge is super crisp and clear.